She did not know that it is a choice she and her baby made before they were ever born into this life. She never knew that the pain she undergoes because of the loss of her child is a cleansing process based on karmic law. Meanwhile, the child's death was the fulfillment and completion of his mission here on earth. She could not remember that both of them had made that decision because she is not conscious of her past life. Several years of living in the streets got me deeper into asking more questions. Why certain things happen around me? Why I went through certain negative experiences? I try to find answers that is not only from the Bible, but also and anywhere I could. The people around me became part of my studies. Children, trees, animals, birds, the clouds, the sun, the society, other spiritual sources, as well as I spend most of my time in solitude and loneliness. I came out of my Christian dogmatic way of life. You see, I call it Christian sleep, and freely embrace true and authentic knowledge. Soon I saw light. I could understand and appreciate the Bible better, and other spiritual books like the Quran, the Bhagavad Gita, the Buddhist scripture, and many other scriptures, spiritual scriptures. I got to understand that every human being is heading towards the same direction. The only problem is some people will take a longer time to arrive, meanwhile some will take a shorter time. All of us are great students and great teachers. We teach people every day as we go about our daily lives. Your actions, or just by passing by someone, may give that person an opportunity to learn something about you, or about your color, your height, your dressing, your shoe, the way you walk, the way you talk, the way you look. You know, some people look at others and want to appreciate life through the things they learn through them. But you may not have an idea what has just happened. Anyone who is in a conscious state of mind learns from everything around he or she. Everything becomes a teacher. I never knew this before until when I began to get conscious of the things that happen around me, the people that come around me, the trees I see, the cars that move in the streets themselves. I used to spend a lot of time standing on my window and looking in the streets and watch people go up and down. I watch the birds fly. I watch the trees and the leaves quiver. And I learned a lot of lessons each time I watched those things. I do not want to claim myself as being conscious, but I think that is consciousness. I can't also refuse it as well, because it will be as if I'm refusing what is true. Jesus Christ lived in a higher state of consciousness. That is why he was a great teacher. I revere him as one who influenced and still influences lots of lives today. There are many spiritual leaders who came before and after him, who lived like him too. The truth is, when we begin to live consciously, even those that create problems in our lives, we look at them at a point of view of being teachers. Our enemies become our teachers. Children become our teachers. Things around us become our teachers because we learn from them. I would like to discuss karma, reincarnation, and eternity at a biblical perspective anytime soon, because I think Christians deserve a better understanding and appreciation of the Bible. But there are certain hindrances instituted by the Roman Catholic Church at the very beginning of the Christian church, Christ talked about reincarnation. He talked about life after death. He frequently talked about karma. The Bible ought to be a map to personal enlightenment, but it has been mystified, in a way that Christians seem not to be able to draw answers from the Bible itself. No Christian dare talk about reincarnation or karma. How will the Christian explain certain painful experiences if he or she is unable to understand karma or reincarnation? God has given us the inherent power to meet our needs while here on earth. We have the ability to find answers to all the questions we have in mind, but we need to seek and find our higher self. The higher self has existed for thousands of years and therefore know a lot about us. But we need that connection to our higher self to be able to find answers to all the questions we ask. You see, the popular saying goes, God alone knows why certain things happen to us. Everything is always switched back to Jesus Christ or to God. You see, the truth is, when we chose the easy way, it becomes the most difficult one and very painful. Christ himself said, the way to hell is wide and straight, but the way to heaven is narrow. True knowledge is hard to find, but when you make an effort, you will find it. It brings illumination of the higher self, and it brings great knowledge and satisfaction. You see, one thing I want you to understand as a Christian, if you are one, is this: a true enlightened person, or somebody who is supposed to be a true follower of Jesus Christ, supposed to be humble, meek, be in harmony with nature, with human beings, with other subjects, and have reverence for life, just like Jesus Christ did. Not accusing other people, not mocking at other people because they are not Christians, and not trying to force people to join their faith because they think is the most superior. I will be very delighted to get back into this topic and discuss it because I think it is very important